the Minister for Trade, Tourism and Investment of the Government of Australia, Honourable Minister from the Prime Minister's Office, Mr. Ben Morton, Dr. Jagdish Krishnan, Honourable MLA from this area. I didn't even know you have a full name. I thought it was just Jags. Mr. Supriya Guha, the President of the Indian Society of Australia, of Western Australia. Dr. Papuri Barua, Mr. Satish Nair, all the other office bearers, Kelkarji, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है आप सबको मिलके. Feels like coming home, meeting family, and amongst us I see several friends from Australia dressed in traditional Indian attire. We have saris and salwar kameez, and it's great to see our friends recognizing the unity that the people of India and the people of Australia share. We have had a wonderful 4-day engagement across Australia. Dan and I have been on a road show. We've concluded the unity agreement, as Dan calls it, the Indus Ekta. और हम सब जानते हैं एकता क्या सिंबलाइज करता है. ये जो ऑस्ट्रेलिया और भारत के बीच में एग्रीमेंट हुआ है, ये अपने आप में एक नई मिसाल कायम करेगा कैसे दो मित्र देश बड़ी अच्छी तरीके से, बड़े अच्छे वातावरण में मिलजुल कर, एक दूसरे को समझकर, एक दूसरे की समस्याओं को समझकर, एक दूसरे की परिस्थितियों को ध्यान में रखते हुए कैसे दो मित्र देश आगे के अवसर खोजती है, नए तरीके काम करने के ढूंढती है और दोनों देश के बीच में आर्थिक संबंधों को बढ़ाने का काम करती है. This agreement truly is a labor of love, and I say that because it was years and years in coming. Started discussions, I don't know how many years ago, aborted the discussions. We've been having a seesaw on this negotiation for many, many years. It was with the blessings of Prime Minister Mr. Scott Morrison and Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi that it was finally decided that we must seriously engage and agree on how to take this comprehensive partnership that was launched by Prime Minister Morrison and Prime Minister Modi in June 2020 to the next level and bring the economic dimension to our wonderful relationship. We already have a Quad where Japan, Australia, the United States and India are working closely together to ensure peace and stability and order in the Indo-Pacific region, an extremely important geopolitical alignment that is the need of the hour, that sends a strong message to the rest of the world and which, in my mind, will be a very important dimension of our relations amongst the four countries. We also have a very deep engagement to ensure that the supply chains between our countries remain open, transparent, resilient, effective, efficient, and the supply chain resilience initiative between Japan, Australia and India is working towards that end. The missing piece was expanded trade between our two friendly nations, two trusted partners, two countries whose people like each other, two countries who are not in competition with each other, but actually complement each other, two countries which are vibrant democracies, of course, one a small democracy, and one possibly the world's largest democracy. But both equally vibrant, believing in the rule of law, transparent, and clearly working for the good of their people, of their societies. Both countries that respect diversity, both countries that respect tradition, culture, heritage, and no better reflection of that than the opening comments that I have heard now for 4 days in every single engagement, paying your respects to the traditional owners of the land on which we are all present here today, which is providing us opportunities, which is taking care of us. I think it's a brilliant way to begin a program, a brilliant way to recognize our rich tradition and history. And therefore it was the need of the hour that our two countries come closer together. We work towards a comprehensive economic partnership. And when we set out on this task 6 months ago, we had originally thought it will be a small interim agreement. We'll take up the low-hanging fruits, pick up the threads of it at a later stage, but let's look at some quick wins. And as they say, I'm sorry I'm switching into Hindi off and on just to get the essence to the Indian people assembled here. देखते ही देखते समय भी गुजर गया और हम भी बहुत आगे चले गए. What I'm trying to say is that we were just engaged, and as time passed, we went far ahead without realizing what's happening. And truly, what we have agreed, the unity agreement, and I think, Dan, you've coined it extremely well, it truly reflects the spirit of our partnership. I think this unity agreement will be a pillar on which our relation will flourish in the years to come, on which we hope to build in the years ahead and take this relationship to greater heights, making this an engagement that transforms the way these two countries work, will help us in several ways, will help Australia in several ways. And no partnership, no coming together of minds, no coming together of people can ever be one-sided. It has to be a win-win, and that's exactly what we have tried to achieve in this Indus Ekta agreement. And why I say Indus, because just like we have the ancient Indus civilization, I'm borrowing a phrase from you, I thought you may like to say it, but I think there's a part in Victoria, in your constituency? Yes. There's an area in his constituency in Victoria where they have been able to date farming as old as 60,000 years old. And that's why, in a way, these two ancient civilizations, we are proud of our Indus civilization. Australia has a much older engagement with development, with progress that is evident in your constituency. I would look forward to at some opportunity getting a feel and an experience of that. And look at the coincidences. It was almost like a godsend message. We were to execute this agreement and have it witnessed by our leaders on the 1st of April. But Minister Tehan was in the US and he was reaching Australia only on the evening of the 1st. So the program got changed to the 2nd of April. And I think we all know the 2nd of April was Gudi Padwa, our New Year. And many of us believe that when we start a new thing on this auspicious day, it augurs well and will always be successful. And for me, the warmth and affection that I have received through the 4 days that I have been here, and as we all know, these are Navratri days, the 9 days where we are celebrating. We believe these are good days for all of us. And we have celebrated our Navratri amongst all our Australian and Indian friends in Australia. This relationship, friends, stands on trust. The main pillar of this relationship is trust. And Australia has given their trust to India. We, in turn, have given our trust to Australia. And on the strength of this trust, on the strength of our two democracies working in a transparent manner with the rule of law, we believe that this partnership can take our two economies to greater successes. We can look at large number of jobs being created in both countries. We can look at this trade between the two countries, both in goods and services, quadrupling from about $26 billion now to $100 billion, if I dare say, in about 8 years of time. That's the goal that we have set upon ourselves. And you, ladies and gentlemen, have to make that happen. I can say that Dan and my job, for the present, is done. We have a lot more to work together with. We have to work towards our bigger comprehensive engagement. We have to add a lot more dimensions to this partnership. But अब ये वतन तुम्हारे हवाले साथियों. We have to take this forward. We have to work together in this spirit of friendship. We have to expand our engagement, two-way engagement. We believe there's a lot we can learn from Australia, as most of you who are living here would have already experienced. We also believe we have a lot to offer to Australia. Our goods and services are largely labor-oriented. We also focus on manufactured goods, which can help serve the people of Australia. Our medicines can bring down the health cost in Australia. Our students who come here can add to the pool of talent and skill that Australia seriously needs. Our IT professionals can help bring greater degree of technological skills. Our STEM graduates can contribute to the economy in Australia in a big way. And therefore, as a part of this agreement, Australia has committed to provide work opportunity to the children who come to Australia to study with extended periods of work visas, giving them an opportunity to serve Australia, giving them an opportunity to learn from Australia, to experience and get some training in the way Australia works, and potentially also I hope paying for their studies through the years that they are able to work over here. Whether he's a diploma student, whether he's a STEM graduate, whether a student is doing postgraduate studies, like I met some of the children today, for everybody there's an opportunity in this agreement. Of course, we were very keen to have yoga instructors and Indian chefs also come to Australia, and I'm truly grateful to you for that.
We're grateful. We're grateful. Look at the wonderful food tonight.
Well done. And every one of the working engagements that we've had, I've landed up having no meals, including lunch today. So I had a sandwich just before coming, and I'm going to send you that bill.
I'm happy to pay. We fix that for
Well, no, I'm stuffed. On the 21st of June, the world will be celebrating International Yoga Day. And I would like to make a proposition to all my friends here and to the ministers, and I hope, Ben, you can take it to Prime Minister Morrison too. Can we, when we are celebrating 75 years of India's independence, identify 75 iconic locations, important places of public interest across Australia, and this is a vast country. One of those could be at this beautiful community center that you have made over here. I'm sure if the government rules permit, and I wouldn't like to encroach, but something happening at the Sydney Opera House would be a fantastic location to have yoga on the 21st of June. Maybe something happening at the Melbourne Cricket Club. And then why not the Richmond Football Club? But I think if we can plan, and I think we have the High Commissioner here, we have the Consul General here, and we have all the towering personalities of the Indian community here. I'm told 130 or 150,000 strong community in Western Australia, over 700,000 all over Australia. Probably if we do a head count, we may find it to be 750,000. I'm liking the word 75 everywhere. But I would urge all of you to reflect on it, give it a thought, because the world ushers in that day from Australia. And we would like to usher in the World Yoga Day, the International Yoga Day, at 75 locations in Australia. And I'm sure the world will notice the symbolism of this unity reflected in our celebration of yoga across the world, beginning from Australia. And I remember on the 31st of December last year, when the world ushered in the new year, I was up glued to the television watching the firecrackers and the beautiful display at the Sydney Harbour, and felt good about it, seeing the, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of people who were assembled there. And I said, thank God, hopefully COVID is over now. And similarly, I think 21st June would be another day to usher in the day from Australia, take the message all the way to the West, and then right across to the United States of America. 24 hours of celebrations, one world, one yoga day. And I think it would be great if we can involve members of the government, the academia, civil society, business persons, our students, the faculty of our schools and colleges. Let's try and engage people and get them to know more about yoga. If we can provide any logistic support from India, we'll be absolutely delighted to do that. With that, I think I've given you enough tasks, quadrupling the economic engagement, celebrating yoga on 21st June at 75 locations, hopefully leading up to many more celebrations through to Diwali, Dasara, next set of 9 days of Navratri. But do make sure that when we are celebrating Holi next year, you paint Dan, Ben, Jags, all of them in all the vibrant colors of India. So that this unity agreement in spirit is translated into action. Thank you.